Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Today, we're talking about Ready to Love, episode number 8. Once again, that's Ready to Love, episode number 8. Oh, man, a good episode, not bad at all. It's Exes and Nexes, right? Exes and Nexes episode. We're down to the nitty gritty. We're getting ready to move into the next level of Ready to Love. So we got about 5 women left, right? 5 women left here on Ready to Love. And we see Tommy meet with the women. He said, look, this is something what we're going to do. He said, look, you can't look into the future until you look from the past. And so he tells the women, this is what I need y'all to do. I need you to introduce the exes, your ex-men to the guys, that your future guy, right? Who your future 2 people are, your future choices. I need you to take the ex guys and introduce him because they know about you. They can tell why the relationship wasn't formed, why the relationship didn't work, why it didn't work out. We saw a little vignette with Maya say, look, I'm going to unblock all my exes. Like when she get rid of a dude, she get rid of dudes, right? She makes sure that she had nothing else to do with them. But we see, first off, we see Patrice, man. Patrice meets up with her ex, Dro, right? Dro seemed like a fun-loving dude, tatted up. But we come to find out that Dro is married, has his own family, has his own wife now. She brings Alonzo and Will, right? And I'm saying, like, man, I knew Alonzo was one of her choices, right? And I knew Will, but Will didn't really step this game. Will is the quiet assassin, right? He's the quiet assassin that most people get to see, the quiet assassin that people like to enjoy. Will is stepping up his game there. They introduced themselves to Dro. He seemed like he's pretty cool, seemed cool guy. Neither one of the men are insecure about who their feelings are and how they are. But Dro does ask him a question. He said, yo, what is it that you don't like about Patrice? Alonzo said Alonzo mentioned that she always throwing him curveballs, right? Always something slick coming out, always catching him off guard, throwing some things. I've been watching this for a minute. Alonzo never really answers a question, right? When a question is thrown at him, he never really gives a full cut answer. Like, what does that mean? She's always throwing curveballs, right? What does that mean that curveballs are always coming their way? I don't understand it, right? Answer the question, right? The question is, what's going on? Then the question was asked for her. What is it that you don't feel comfortable about Alonzo? What do you don't, what do you feel comfortable about Alonzo? She's like, look, Alonzo is never serious, right? What she doesn't like about Alonzo, he's never serious. He's always has it seems like he's always joking. He's always playing. There's nothing that comes in too serious for him. And she wants him to be more serious. She wants Alonzo not to play too much, right? Wants Alonzo to be able to see how he meets her needs, right? It's a time for playing. It's a time to have to be serious. And she wants Alonzo to be serious. Will said this. He doesn't like the fact that she tans, right? That she tans. He wants her to be comfortable in her own skin, right? He wants her to be like, why are you tanning, right? You're beautiful enough already. You're pretty enough. He doesn't like the fact that she goes to a tanning bed on a regular basis. And she said she does it because she's high yellow. She wants to add a little bit more color to her life, a little bit more color to her skin. Man, if she likes tanning, and she's happy who she is, let her tan, right? She likes tattoos, hey, let her tattoo. I don't think it has to be more of a confidence issue than a color issue with her. It's more confidence, and to be comfortable in her own skin. What she doesn't like about Will is she doesn't like the Will checks out, right? Will doesn't like confrontation. Will doesn't like arguments. Will doesn't like to get involved with things. He likes to keep peace around him, like to keep zen. He likes to be able to be in a comfortable situation where there's always peace, where there's always comfort, where there's always joy. And he doesn't want to be disturbed. He doesn't want his peace to be disturbed. He doesn't like arguments. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't do things which are going to bring or draw attention. So he wants to be able to live smoothly. That's what she doesn't like about Will, right? That he always checks out. And you can see it sometimes that Will checks out. When there's a confrontation, when there's an issue, Will really is never involved. William hasn't really been involved in any drama during the season. He's been stuck to himself. He's been doing his own thing. No drama whatsoever here. So you see William doing it. Dro said at the end of the day, he said he liked William, right? William is more grown up, doing more grown up things. Said that Alonzo plays a little too much. He can see where Alonzo cares for her, but he plays too much. And Patrice has to make a decision Do she want somebody who's grown, or she wants somebody who's kind of immature? And that's a decision she said she has to make. And Alonzo's only a guy who is fun, right? Only a fun guy who always wants the fun guy. We see Mika, who sits down and meet with Tommy, and this is interesting, right? We see Mika, who sits down and meet with Tommy, and they talk about, talk about the assignment, talk about what's supposed to take place, what's supposed to happen. The assignment of the day. The assignment of the day is this: you're supposed to bring your ex, right? Bring your ex. And she's like, look, I don't have an ex to bring. Me and my ex don't talk that much. We don't communicate. And the ex, my children's father, we only talk about the kids. He's not excited about this. He doesn't want to entertain him. She doesn't want to entertain him. She doesn't want to entertain the situation with him. She doesn't have an ex to bring to the party, and so there's no reason for her to even do this assignment. And Tommy said this. Look, he said, I'll be your mentor. I'll be your monitor here. I'll be your ex. All right. I'll give the guys the questions. I kind of know what they're looking for. I can throw the curveball. I'll be the guy that you can bring on the date to ask the right questions. She thought it was like, yo, great gesture by Tommy, right? Don't leave her out there, especially in this part of the process. If she has nobody, as far as the ex is, the best next man is Tommy stepped up, which I like to see this. Tommy stepping up. He's asking the right questions. He's going to ask the right questions when we get to that part. When it's dealing with the men, what do you want? Who you do? Why are you dealing with her? The question about kids. So we see, Mika gets the best question asker there is, right? She gets nephew Tommy to ask the question for her. But we see Vanessa, right? Vanessa here. Vanessa invites Chaz and Dominic, right? To meet her ex Thomas. Now Thomas and Vanessa is kind of a weird combination. He was introduced to Vanessa through her mom. Vanessa and Thomas's mom worked together, and she introduced Thomas, and they started going on a date and relationship. Now you can tell that my man Dominic was very unsettled by this, right? He didn't have any friends. I guess he figured you can't be friends and I used to date. He thinks there's something still going on. He felt unsettled, uneasy about what was going on between Thomas and Vanessa. And Vanessa kind of basically let him know, look, there's nothing going on with us. We're not struggling here. Everything is good. We keep in touch. We're not the best. We're good friends, but we keep in touch, right? They will have a good close relationship. Chaz talked about their connection, right? Chaz talks about how he wants kids and how Vanessa they have a great connection, how they're strong and how they communicate very well, how they connect on an emotional level, how they connect on a physical level, how they connect throughout this process that him and Vanessa has been connected since day one. They have great conversation. They enjoyed each other's company, and that it is peace when he's with her, and there's comfort when he's with her. So they connect on a totally different level. And at the end of the day, Thomas said, he can see Vanessa with Chaz more so than Dominique. Dominique seemed closed off. He seemed like he's not going an extra mile, not pushing the way that he should push for her, the way that he should be pushing for her, the way that he should be moving for her, the way that he should be giving her the direction. And so he's not moving in the way that Chaz or the other guys who are pushing for Vanessa has been moving. We see Justin and William meets up with Maya's ex, Wes, right? Again, William, that dude, man. Y'all been sleeping on William. William is getting all the dates here, but we see Justin and William meet up with Wes. Mention that Maya is spoiled, right? That you're gonna have to spoil. That Maya is spoiled. That Maya wants what she wants. She gets what she wants. She's been taken care of. And then she's gonna be when you dating Maya, or you're gonna be her man. That you're gonna have to take care of. That you're gonna she wants to be taken care of. And Maya kind of say, I got my own money. I got my own stuff. But Wes like, yeah, I get it. You want to be, but you need to take care of him. You talk about William being married. The question is like, he's been married 2 times. How's that going to affect their relationship? William say, I've been married 2 times, but I'm right now attracted to Maya, and Maya's the one that I want to be with. He can feel that. He can tell by the way that William is speaking and the way that William is discussing Maya, the way that he's sharing things about Maya, that he genuinely cares and wants to be with Maya, that his relationship with Maya is not superficial, that his relationship with Maya is deep, is concerning, that he really wants to be in tune with who Maya is. He goes ahead and asks Wes, he go ahead and asks Justin, like, what does he do for a living? Justin said he's a teacher, He said, man, you gotta be at least making about 100 grand. He said, I don't make nowhere near 100 grand. Make it to seem as if Maya is all about that money, right? All about that money, all about that money, all about that money. Like, look, you need to take care of her. Goes back to the point that she's spoiled. You have to take care of her. He's like, I'm not near 100 grand, right? But Maya said she got her own money again. And do it look like she wants his money? I do believe that you need to have some money to take care of Maya. I think Maya has to be a mutual agreement. Any guy who's in a relationship with any woman should have some ducats, have some roll, have some money, right? So you get able to handle some things in the relationship, handle some money situations. I'm not paying nobody's bills while we dating. You pay your own bill. I've got my own. You got your own. We're not doing none of that. I'll take you out to dinner. We're on a date. We may even go on a trip together. But when it comes to paying your bills, doing that things, no, we're not doing that. We're dating, right? I'm not your husband yet, right? We can get to that point. We can walk. We can talk to that point, and we can get there. But I'm not paying bills. Again, Wes said he wants to find out. Wes said that he believed that Maya wants to find her love, right? She wants to find somebody to love her, and he wants to find somebody to be with him. And he believes that William is the guy, right? He's a little concerned about Justin, but he believes that William is the guy for Maya, and only time will tell. Then we see Rashina, right? Rashina invites Chris, which is an ex-husband. I've never seen Chris spelled that way before, but again, I'm not here to knock anybody's name. Just never saw it spelled that way before, but that's her ex-husband. She invites Chris, her ex-husband, the father of her kids, to meet up with Chaz, right? To meet up with Chaz. They said, look, they was married. They've been separated for about 10 years. She kind of joked on his bling bling shirt a little bit. He was glittering. She ain't saying about the tattoo up on his neck or nothing like that, but he was joking on his shirt. You can tell that they have a great co-parenting situation. They co-parent very well. The co-parenting situation with them two are good. She brings Chaz there, right? Chaz said what he likes about her. He said he likes the fact they communicate. They communicate very well. Chaz wants to know how Rashina acts when she's upset. And Chris was like, yo, when she's upset, and how do you bring her down? And Chris was very simple. He's like, yo, leave her alone. Right? If she's upset, she's mad, and she's on 10, you don't say nothing. Let her come down. Then you guys have the discussion. Then you communicate. If Chad's a great communicator, then he understands that if Rashina gets mad, hey, let her come down. Then you guys can converse about the situation or discuss the argument or discuss what took y'all to that next level. But at the end of the day, when she's mad and she upset, don't let her, just leave her alone, let her go. And Rashina said this, because I want to get my point across, right? If we're arguing and we're in a situation, I want to get my point across. And that's the way I want to be. I want to make sure my point is good. At the end of the day, Chris was pleased with Chaz. He mentioned, Chaz as someone he could see being around his kids. He said, make sure he just was scared that she was going to date some hood guy, right? Some dude that's from the hood, which made me think, like, that's who she used to? Has she dated some hood guys? Has she dated some people that are not good character, moral standards? Chris, like, I don't need the hood dudes in my life. I need somebody who's going to be around my kids, who's productive. And he thinks Chaz could be that guy who's productive and could be around his kids and whoever to take to help her and help them, or not be a problem to their co-parenting, right? But be a solution and be a resource, to be someone who's aid in the building of their family, right? Because whoever she brings in, if Rashina picks somebody and they are deep, they're gonna be involved in this family right now. They're gonna be involved with Chris, Rashina, and the kids. So it has to be somebody that's worth their while. That someone that can easily talk to them and easily be an influence on the kids. And then we see Mika, right? We see Mika and Justin and LaRon got on a date, and they sitting there discussing things. And who shows up? Tommy shows up. Tommy shows up, and it's like this. LaRon said, "Game on!" Right? He sees Justin as competition. LaRon says, like, he wants Mika. He sees Justin there. He feels like Justin is competition, and that Justin is, I ain't gonna say the enemy, but stopping him from getting who he wants. He wants Mika. Justin mentioned that his last relationship ended because they just didn't see eye to eye. They didn't see eye to eye. Tommy asked him, "How did your last relationship end?" And the last relationship ended because they didn't see eye to eye. He didn't say it was because of him. He didn't say it because of her. He said it just didn't happen because we didn't see eye to eye. When relationships end because you don't see eye to eye, it's a little bit of both, right? There's a little bit of disagreement between both parties. Both parties have some issues. Both parties have some things that they need to work on. Didn't see eye to eye. LeBron said his last relationship ended because they argued all the time. They didn't communicate very well. It was always at each other's throat. And he didn't want to be in a relationship where he has to argue 24/7, right? He didn't want to be in a relationship where where they're back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So at the end of the day, him and that young lady ended the relationship. Tommy asked him, look, next question Tommy asked was a good question. He says, look, what happens y'all mad at each other? How do you, if you get mad at each other that morning, how do you correspond? How do you deal with it? What do you do? LaRon said, well, I'll text you throughout the day. I'll text messages throughout the day to check up on you, see how things are going. Good, noble answer. But my man Justin knocks it apart. He said, look, man, I may not feel right. I'm like a person that I need to get things situated and settled. I might not even go to work that day. And just so we can deal with this issue or deal with the problem, deal with situations. And I'm like, that's good and noble. That's fine. It does pay attention. And Mika felt that because she doesn't like things to linger as well. She wants to be able to solve it. But there's some situations, there's some arguments, there's some circumstances that you can't fix right then and there. It's the heat of the moment. And your day you can't let your day continue to be messed up because you can't fix the situation or fix the argument right then and there. Just a great answer. But there's some times where you have to continue to move on throughout the day. LeBron kind of get it. You're going to text and call. You're going to text. I'm not a big fan of texting when we're mad and upset at each other. And we're mad and upset. Let's make a phone call. Let's have a communication. Let's talk. I want to hear your voice. I need you to hear my voice. I need you to understand that I'm okay. I need you to understand that I'm sorry. I need you to understand. I need you to hear it, not just read it. I need to make sure that everything is fine, right, with you. Are you okay? Can we discuss things? Let's have dinner. Can I meet you for lunch? What can we do to get back to each other's face so we can see and experience and overcome whatever the situation is, overcome whatever the trouble is, overcome whatever the problem is. Let's get there and make it work. So, Mika was definitely happy with LeBron with Justin's answer more so than LeBron's. Mika said her last relationship ended because her ex liked to entertain other women, right? He wanted to entertain other women, and then she said one of her relationships ended because he played too many video games. He played video games a lot. That he was a video gamer. He was a player. I took that to believe that he was a professional gamer, right? That was part of his job. He just didn't give her attention all the time, and that he played games. LeBron said, look, he played games as well. If a new game comes out, he's sitting there all weekend playing games. And a lot of people giving him a hard time about this, right? I'm not knocking a man for playing video games, right? If there's a time in your space that you have video games that you want to play and you're not married, you don't have any kids, and you got a new game that came out, whether it's a new Madden, whether it's Call of Duty, you got a couple of hours, go play games, right? It's not like he's playing games and not working. It's not like he's not playing games and I'm not feeding himself, not bathing. Matter of fact, LeBron will even say, you know what, I even build games or I develop games. So if you play a game that you develop or you got time where you coding and developing your game, man, I'm not even knocking that dude for doing that. It's fun, right? It could be a hobby. And those different from me on my free moments making YouTube videos, right? We enjoy something you enjoy doing, something that you feel relaxing. It can be mind-provoking. It can be mind-thought. And people give him a hard time. It's not like he's a bum. He has a career. He has a job. So if he wants to spend time playing video games on weekend, and what Mika said was, I don't need somebody playing video games all the time. He didn't say he played video games all the time. He said if a new game comes out and he wants to play on the weekend, he can't. He didn't say during the day. He could stay up all night and play that video game. But again, I believe LeBron was saying, look, I like video games. I play games. I understand it. I understand the gaming culture. But I also understand how I can play, how I interact in your life. Like him and the kids can play games. Like that's family time. That's bonding. There's some things that you can do. So it's not like he's just sitting there. I didn't like the narrative on that, how people carried it. And what I saw on social media, people carry it a different type of way. If that man wants to play video games, let him play. It has to be a balance, though. It can't be playing video games 24/7 all the time and not paying attention to her. And I think that's what Mika wants. That's what she's thinking, right? When he said play video games, it's got to be attentive. If you're playing games, you got to set space and time out for the games. You got to make sure, okay, from this hour, this time, I'm going to play some games. I'm going to spend time with you. It has to be a complete balance in the relationship in order for it to work. Mika said she wants somebody who's being attentive, right? Who's wrapped up in her kids, who's wrapped up in her, and who wrapped up in her kids. She don't bring a lot of people around her kids, but she wants people who have full attention on her. I get it, single mother. You don't want people to see you don't want your kids to see people in and out of your life, right? You don't want your kids to see, oh, it didn't work this week. What's your name again? Because mama had so and so last week, or this person that week. I totally get it. Whoever comes in her life has to be important, has to be something that's longevity, something that's going to take place. And if you also have a situation where the father and the kids don't have a good relationship, you have kids who see men in and out of their lives, and we can create a pattern, right? That could create a emotional damage, could create some trauma that's going on with that child. So again, I get it. I understand. Have a balance in your life. Make sure there's one person that's dealing with you or coming into your life, and you can move from there. Then we see my man Lonzo, right? You know, Lonzo mentioned he had to step his game up, right? So Lonzo rents the museum out. I don't know if he rented it out or Ready to Love rented it out. Either way, they had an empty museum to themselves, him and Patrice. All right. He shows her the moon, the stars, the galaxy, the planets. They have a great dinner. Had some rose petals on the floor, nice little table. Walked through the museum, it was all closed down just for her. And you know, it was a different side to Lonzo. Didn't play that much, wasn't joking, held her hand as he walked through the museum. And she was like, that's the best date that she ever been on. The best date she ever been on is walking through the museum, that it was quiet, it was thoughtful. He's trying to step his game up. He likes Patrice, right? And it is what it is. And he's willing to step his game up for her. The problem is that he told Vanessa, we found out a little bit later, he told Vanessa that he was going to do this for Patrice, but then he tried to say Vanessa is one of his people. Like, why would you tell her, right? Sometimes you got to keep your cards to yourself, right? It's like playing spades. You keep your cards in your hand, or Uno. You don't want nobody to see what your cards are. You don't tell another woman, is this a date that I'm putting for her, knowing that you like this one too? Like, nah, man, you messed up. You messed up there, because again, if you really were interested in her, where's her date at like this, right? Why did you step the game up for Vanessa? You stepped up for Patrice, all right? And Patrice is the one that you care for. But nonetheless, it was a great date. They enjoyed each other's company. They enjoyed the meal. And he plays too much, right? He even got down the clip, and Own does it again. Editing did it again, as you see him, and you've seen the clip throughout many of the previews and many things. You see him get down on his knee as he's in front of her, and he was like, "Oh, I'm just tying my shoe." Right? There's no way in the world he was gonna ask her to marry him this early, but you never know with this guy. He playing a game, but you know, it was a great date though. It was a great date. She enjoyed it. She was thrilled, excited about the date, really excited about the date that they just had. It was wonderful, and she enjoyed it. She was head over heels for Alonzo, and my hats off to him for stepping his game up. She asked him to step his game up, and he stepped his game up. I mean, it shows you when you ask a guy to do something who really cares about you, he'll go the extra mile to get it done. He'll go the extra mile just to get it done. Then you see the women, they meet with Tommy, right? The questions asked, like, who you're not feeling, right? They all talk about who they exes met, and how the exes who the exes chose for them, and then Tommy says, you know, who are you not feeling? Here we go. Mika says she's not feeling LaRon. Mika says she's not feeling LaRon or Zoe. Maya says she's not feeling Zoe. Vanessa says she's not feeling Zoe. Patrice says she's not feeling Dominique. Rashida says she's not feeling Dominique. Maya says she's not feeling Dominique. And so you're doing math. There's only 5 women, so you got to realize Dominique's in the bottom, Zoe's in the bottom, and you feel like, man, LaRon escaped again. Yeah, LaRon escaped again, because guess what? There's somebody who likes LaRon, right? Maya caring about LaRon. There has to be another woman that cares about LaRon, and LaRon is not getting the votes for. LaRon is not getting the votes for to be eliminated. It is what it is. Dominique is the worst one, right? They said Dominique because his personality. He seemed like he's not pursuing anybody. He's not chasing anybody. That Dominique is just there, right? Dominique is just there, and we see, so the two that up for elimination this week is Dominique and Alonzo, right? Dominique and Alonzo, and we see Vanessa. Vanessa goes out with Alonzo, and Maya goes out with Dominique, right? And Maya and Dominique just sitting there, he enjoying the moment. Maya mentioned that he would pursue. Dominique mentioned that he would pursue Maya, but she's locked up. That she's married. That she already got somebody. She's like, what you mean I'm married? She's like, oh, you got William. You know, me know you and William locked up together. So now you can start to see the perception of the rest of the guys that Maya's wifey up, right? Like, don't mess with Maya because she's with William. Or he's like, I would date you, but William got locks on that. Like, what that man got to do with you from stopping you from dating the girl? Y'all in a competition. You in a contest. If your game was that strong, you take her from that man. That's what I would do. If you think Maya is what you want to date, call her up and talk to her. That's what a lot of girls too said, that Dominic didn't have their number. He never reached out to them. He wasn't locked into them. He was only locked into Vanessa at the time. And Mika, but Mika doesn't want any kids. So at the end of the day, Mika ain't rocking with him no more because he wants 2 to 10 kids. Most of these women on here have kids already. And majority of them that have kids don't want any more kids. So Dominic is just a casualty, right? Because of the fact that he wants kids. It is a process of elimination. He wants kids. Majority of these women that are left do not want kids, already have kids, and they're not trying to go through that route again or down that road again. So she tells, like, the women would be with you and they would like you, but you need to pursue them more, and you haven't been pursuing them. Vanessa says, tell Alonzo she's confused by it. Well, like, you're doing this for Patrice. All right, Patricia's gonna be, Patrice, you're doing this for Patrice, but why would you tell me this and you wouldn't do it for me? Right? You send in mixed signals. Like, do you want to date me? Don't want to date me? Did you want to try? Don't want to try? Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Vanessa tells Alonzo that he's still ready to love. Maya wanted Dominic to be more aggressive. Vanessa asked him that a couple weeks ago, like, I want you to be creepy a little bit. Be a little bit creepy. Chase me, right? Be creepy and chase me. And he's not. That doesn't seem like he's in his forte. And it didn't seem like he didn't put forth the effort he needed to put forth in order to get the women's attention. And so Maya had to tell Dominique, look, we as a women made a consensus. We as a women thought, guess what? You're not ready to love, and you got to go. Dominique didn't seem too upset. He was a little upset, like, I am ready to love. They don't think I am, but you know what? What can I say? I can't argue, right? They say I'm not ready to love. Let's move on. You got a good core group of women here. You got these 5 women here. You got these 4 dudes. You got the dudes that are left. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, all these dudes don't have connections. Or some of these dudes have multiple connections, right? Look at the 5 women that you have left. You have Mika. You have Rashina. You have Vanessa. You have Patrice. And the other one, you have Maya. These are 5 women that are left. But when you look at it, like, Mika's the only connection she has is Justin, right? There's no other connection she has. Doesn't have a connection with LaRon anymore. Done. We got on the men's side, you got LaRon, you got Chaz, you got Alonzo, you got Will that's left, right? And so now it's starting to come to play, like, where the connections at, right? Who's LaRon really connected to? Where we're gonna see Chaz and who's Chaz connected to? So it's starting to play out here the next couple of weeks. We're gonna see, and they throw you a curveball on the preview, like another man's getting eliminated. Like, dude, we just had a dude elimination. Like, what dude is getting ready to get eliminated next? I got an idea. I got a guess who's going home because we haven't seen him with shitty strong connections. We just saw another dude at the bottom, right? Alonzo only has Patrice, right? LaRon only has, in this case, he only has maybe not even Maya because he's not in Maya's top 2, right? So who does LaRon have left? Y'all let me know because I've been trying to figure it out, right? Who does LaRon has left that's there that's keeping him around? I know I mentioned earlier maybe Maya kept him around. He had a little thing with Vanessa for a minute. I don't see anybody else there. Maybe Mika with the video game thing put her off of him a little bit. What's keeping LaRon around? Only time will tell. But I do know that there's another dude going home next week. So that means you'll be down to 5 girls, 5 guys, right? And we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, how that pans out. Hey, let me know what you thought in the comment section about this episode of Ready to Love. Hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification. Hit the subscribe button. If you're feeling nice, if you watch from all this, man, join the membership. Join the membership so we get some perks here, and so you can get some perks as well. Get some videos early. When we do member chat, members only chats, you can be part of it. So check out the videos. Check out the Love Is Blind videos. Check out the Ready to Love videos. Check out the Married at First Sight videos. Check it all out. Again, thanks for rocking with us. We enjoyed. Hey, Ready to Love. Let's see where it goes next week. If you missed it, my man Dominique went home. A little bit too bitter, too sweet, but he went home and they wasn't feeling him, right? Need to be more aggressive. As a guy dating women, women want some guy who's able to pursue them. You can't lay back. You got to be aggressive. You got to be, and I'm not talking about overly aggressive, but it got to be a point where the women got to feel like they're being pursued. They're being chased, like they're being sought after, right? Chivalry's not dead. Chivalry's not dead. There's still some things that you as men have to do, and it's not just women just not coming to you. You have to put forth an effort, right? Show them that you want it. Make phone calls, and have dinners, have dates, have good conversation. Make sure that the relationship is good, and you may be able to survive. So only time will tell. Once again, Dominique goes home. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thumbs up. Appreciate you. Thanks for rocking with us. Man, you guys have a great night. And once again, enjoy. Peace.